All right, everybody. I want to welcome you to Whiskey Wednesday. And this Whiskey Wednesday is a little bit different. We usually try great whiskeys on Whiskey Wednesday. Today, it is the worst whiskey I've ever had. Now, there's a couple of rules that we have to lay down before we start. And this would not be one that I would normally have at a whiskey tasting. But the first one is anybody allergic to shellfish? No? All right. Do you ever think you'd say that at a whiskey tasting? All right. Well, that's good. Huh? Is anybody? Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody? Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave that one alone, Johnny. All right. So, also, before we get started, we're going to sort of. So, how this sort of came about is we're talking one night, and we said there really aren't any bad whiskeys anymore. They sort of gone all away. And people go, "No, you're wrong." I go, "What do you mean?" And I go, "Oh no, there's plenty of bad whiskeys out there." And I said, "Okay, now I'm on a search." And I was always thought I would do this tasting as the pleasure and the pain. But can you silence your phone? That's the first rule.
Patty,
Anyways,
you're in the middle of the whole presentation.
all right. Bye, Patty. Um, and so it was going to be the pleasure and the pain. But as I started going out and finding whiskeys, I realized that is not possible. We'd have too many, and I couldn't have you do both. So I decided it was going to be the pain and the pain, and then it became the worst whiskey I ever had. So what we're going to do tonight is we are going to go through some pretty bad whiskeys to taste tonight. They sort of get progressively worse as we go along. I will give you that thing. Each one of your placemats has a cup with a lozenger in it. That is a Malort flavored lozenger. It's called Malort Sucks. And if you find yourself gagging, that'll be the best thing you have tonight. So when Malort's your salvation, you know you're in trouble. People, as soon as I started putting things out, people started going like, "Well, you should do this or you should do that." I go, "But those aren't whiskeys." And the rule had to be that it had to be whiskey, or it had to say whiskey on the
Had
label.
to say
Let's
whiskey
see on the label, on the label.
as
So
we'll find out later.
so to start off with, we're not going to throw you like directly to the lions tonight. We're going to start off. Randall brought in the first one tonight, so I figured let him start with this one, which is
We're going to ease you into
we're
it.
going to ease you into it. All right.
All right.
So
So
the
what I
first one
find is
is
kind of weird is that this is like I've never associated this word with bad things, but we have curated a collection of just truly awful things. So to start you off without something that's super, super drastic, this is a real product that never really made the shelves in the iteration that you're having. And I'm holding it up right now. The Fighting 69th Irish whiskey. It is Irish whiskey, and it does have the legitimacy of being sponsored by the Fighting 69th. The batch that they sent over from Ireland that got bottled for this particular product was not the final iteration, but several of these made it into bottles and then got recalled. So for the first whiskey, the Fighting 69,
the first whiskey is a recalled whiskey.
right. And if I recall, it's not the greatest.
All right, so try this one, Irish whiskey. What's the ABV on this one, Randall?
Oh, your average taste tolerance is going to be somewhere in the 80 proof.
80 proof. All right. Okay, a little thin, a little thin. Not really a great finish. This is not a great whiskey, but it most certainly I would not say this is the worst whiskey I've ever had.
Right. And it was just something that we had as a one-off. So
Right.
like you'll never be able to find
You'll never find this
version. And the stuff that came out later, like so many of these things, there could be a good version of it somewhere.
Right. There's not all of these, like some of these things you're going to see, you're going to be like, "Oh, I've had that. It's actually good." No, you've had the one that is good. The one we're serving tonight is not the one that's good.
Okay.
All right. So the next one actually started so this is the next bottle, and I stopped doing this. So originally when we started the Lock and Key Society, you had to do a shot of this as an initiation, and we just felt as we went on that the hazing was just too much.
And let me read the box.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
that's
so this
probably
is
the
an
best way to do it.
Antiquity rare premium whiskey, a blend of rare Scotch and natural Indian malts. This is a product of India, and it's made of 100% cane rum.
But it says whiskey.
It says whiskey, which
It
it's not.
says whiskey.
This has never touched a barrel. However, it does have
Coloring.
the coloring like it was a whiskey. So they used to try and position this on the whiskey aisle shelf,
Right.
and this quickly as whiskey started to bloom and blossom, and people became aware of it. That was one of the first things that got kind of
Heave hoed. And the thing was, is I really had to search to find this bottle because I had it and I remember how bad it was. And then I'm like, we need this and we need to find this. And the only other one that I couldn't find that I wanted tonight to have and I couldn't find was Lock Dew, which is affectionately the black
or the black
scotch, yeah,
whiskey.
which is affectionately known as Lock Don't. So the next one you have is Antiquity. And this was actually drunk by early Lock and Key club members as part of their initiation.
Hazing. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we don't use the term hazing anymore.
Okay.
All right. So this is
But,
number.
and I thought that you always had a soft spot in your heart for this because as a classical studies major, you're
That's
always
right.
obsessed with antiquity.
I was. Not this
Not
antiquity.
this
Not this antiquity.
Okay.
It's from India.
India, but
Yeah, it's from India. It says it's a blend of Scotch whiskeys, but it's all made of sugarcane rum.
with
So you
food
figure that
coloring.
out with food with coloring. I must tell you, there's not enough. Caramel coloring is a carcinogen, but there's not enough in here to actually do you any harm that we know of. Everybody signed the waiver, right? All right. God, this is awful. As asked earlier, the 2-sip rule is in effect. You cannot judge these whiskeys off your first sip. You must at least take 2 sips.
Oh, yes, you can. Yeah.
You can, but it's not fair. Yeah. Oh, Doritos, but that's vodka. Oh, we got one worse than that, but save that one over there. We might save that one over there. So it's really bad when somebody goes, "Hey, Ryan, this is really bad." I go, "Yes, but we have one worse than that." Now, the next whiskey, Randall. So I'm at home one night. Randall is traveling, and he calls me up and says, "They have Stetson. Do you want one?" I go, "I don't know. How much they asking for it?" He goes, "It's on sale." I go, "Really?" "Yeah, how much?" $9.99.
So the
I said,
Stetson purports to
"Pick
be
that up for me."
bourbon whiskey,
Yeah.
and not a lot known about it. There's a little booklet, but it does not say that it tastes like a hat. But that's apparently
You know what that's saying when you say, "I'll eat my hat"?
yes. Well, we're about to drink it.
There you go.
And this one is at 42% or 84 proof. And they had, for some reason, cases of it, if I remember. And it was not moving at the $9 price.
What's that?
Maybe.
Was it what? It was, well, uh, now, what really gets me about this one is the nose. Because does anybody else smell toothpaste? Do you? Right? It's not just me, right? It's not, I'm not having a seizure or a heart attack or anything, right? It smells like toothpaste, right?
Well, we got something to cleanse your palate of that.
I don't know how this made it to the shelf. I really don't. There's almost nothing redeeming about this. The fact that I paid $9.99 I overpaid for this. Right?
Yeah. I'm sure it's still
Did
on
I
the
ever give
shelf.
you the
Well,
money for this?
yeah, I don't think so.
It's
I don't think
good.
I'm collecting for the
Good.
money on it.
What's that? It's not good all the way through. It's like
It's consistent,
it's
right?
consistent. Like, yeah, it is consistent. So, but it like a lot of times a young whiskey, and this is a young whiskey. Does this say straight on it?
No,
Because if it's 2 years old, I'll eat my hat.
this is crooked.
Does it say straight whiskey on it? But usually a young whiskey will have this graininess to it, and you sort of taste the grain. This doesn't even do that.
It does have a quote.
Oh,
Make things right and the best they can be.
you know that person that quotes stuff that they don't know what it means?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how do they say that? I don't think it means what you think it means. They tried their best. Their best sucked. So, all right. So this is the reason I asked Dad if anybody was allergic to shellfish. Is the next whiskey we're gonna try to do? Can you hand me that one, Randall?
Yeah.
The one in the middle there. Or vegetarians or vegan. With the Are you okay? Are you okay? I have some other stuff. Oh no, the other one's. How about beaver? Can you have beaver?
That's the default. That's the better whiskey.
It isn't as bad as this one, but it's almost. So, so a friend of mine said they make really good whiskey. This is Tamworth Distilling up in New Hampshire. She said they make really good whiskey. Why did you get this one? I go, because it's bad.
Right.
I don't think you're getting the idea of what I'm doing. All right. So this is scratch made. I should just point that out to you guys. This is distilled and bottled by Tamworth Distilling in Tamworth, New Hampshire, and they've done these really well. So we have the eau de beaver basically, and there's a cadaver one. Um, there's a venison. We got I have the venison if anybody wants to try that one. We have the venison one, and there's the turkey dinner one. Number 4. So did you mix them up, John? So did you mix up 4 and 5? No, no. The problem is there's only one way to fix that.
Oh,
So,
5 does smell.
all right. So switch 4 and 5. This is the best part. They're complaining about it that it doesn't taste bad enough. But wait a minute. All right. So that's green crab. You didn't do that one, right? It's not that one, is it? So the green trapper, I'm gonna let you guys know. So this is actually all right. Wait a second. I'm just gonna read you guys this one. Shh, hold on, guys. Hold on. Huh?
Yeah, I don't
4
think
and 5 are not mixed. All right. Switching back. Doesn't have to taste like crab. Okay. So after hitching a ride on the European merchant ship in the mid 1800s, the green crab reached the shores of New England and has been terrorizing our most vulnerable ecosystem ever since. Commonly considered the world's most invasive species, this green crab spends its days destroying native species habitats and competing for food sources and preying on them.
and
So,
taste buds.
in our case, we drink them. So here you go. I like where they're coming from on this. Let's see how it tastes. They're right. That's 4 is right. It's almost got like a cinnamon sort of thing to it.
Crab
Crapper.
crapper.
Why don't we'll just pour you another one. You can try it. Let me have that back. Just, jeez.
All
I
right.
can't just
So
keep drinking it until it tastes like crabs. That's right. That's right. Thank you. You made me drink more of it. Thank you.
yeah, we're going to continue to try this the whole way through.
All right. Okay. So the next one we have, Randall, you want to hand me that one?
Yeah, barely. Here.
Are you guys enjoying it so far? How are your taste buds? Okay, the next one, and actually they make some really good whiskeys. This is one of those ones, just like the last one, they do actually make really good whiskeys. But this is Floki, but this is the Icelandic young malt. It is smoked using sheep dung, grain to glass in Iceland. Okay. All right. So Floki sheep dung smoked reserve is handcrafted from
Cuvee.
100% Icelandic barley, smoked using traditional Icelandic methods passed down for generations. I doubt that. The limited reserve of Floki is a single barrel bottling from selected new wood oak barrels.
Oh, thank God.
This is barrel number 13. This is bottle number 203. And all right. So let's try it. This is number 5, and this is 47% ABV.
This is from an island that fermented or rotten shark meat is
Yeah,
considered.
well, it's considered well good. Yes. See, I thought we were gonna get us just a smoked whiskey, and it was gonna be like a peated smoke whiskey, and then you're just using a different drying mechanism, which is now sheep dung, which some of you may decide that it may not be. Yeah, definitely barnyards. It does have a barnyard sort of taste to it. And it is young whiskey, which shows off the dung smoked part really well. Ooh, that one's difficult. That one there is that one there is a little difficult. I don't know if there's angel share in Iceland, but they probably finished with everything they started with.
Or the angels dropped dead as they flew over.
Hey Jimmy, we got another one. Another dead angel in here. Want to come get him? So is this lived up to everything you hoped it would be? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure. He's gone through 2 bottles of water. Have the Malort lozenger. That'll help. So, actually, Jim, did you give me this last one? Yeah. So we can all beat up Jim after this is done. Thanks, Jim. Number 6 is the entry number 6 is from Tucson, Arizona. Whiskey Delbach. And this is another one people have said I've had their other stuff. It's really, it's actually pretty good. I don't think they said it was great, but they said it's actually pretty good. This is that say 90? 90 proof. This is Mesquite Clear.
It's a single
It's
malt.
99 proof. It's a single malt.
Smoked with mesquite wood.
Yeah, with mesquite wood. I like mesquite wood. This is probably not that bad. Yeah. This brand was right. And what did they say? Was it good? Oh, that's good. That's good to hear. All right. So, native to the Saran Desert, mesquite has long been prized for its unique aromatic flavor. We malt our barley over a velvet mesquite fire. Velvet. It says velvet. Mesquite fire, which imparts a complex smoked taste that lives up to its small batch handcrafted roots. Whiskey Del Bar Clear Mesquite is a true Sonoran desert. Am I saying that right? Sonoran?
Sonoran.
Sonoran?
Sonoran.
Sonoran Desert. All right. So, craft distilled and bottled by Hamilton Distillers in Tucson, Arizona. Okay, so on the nose, it smells sort of like bacon, right? Bacon bits, like artificial bacon. And I think I'm getting still some of the mint from the Stetson. I think it invaded over here. Let's taste it though. Okay, I don't think this is the worst whiskey I ever had. It's rough. I'm going to tell you right now, it's rough, but I don't think it's probably the worst whiskey I ever had, huh? No.
All right, buckle up.
I got to tell you though, it's certainly not the best. It's certainly not the best. All right. All right. So the next whiskey you're going to try, number 7. So when I first brought this up and I told people that I had this, this was a brand new bottle that we opened up. The cork broke. That shows you how good it is. That I told people that I had this. A lot of people were like, "Sure, you did," because it's one of those type of things that people don't actually think exists. It's one of those things like my cousin had one. You know, the guy that used to live next to me, his cousin had this, and it's called Fishkey. And this is actually, if memory serves me correct, this is actually Bricklati, aged in a herring cask, herring fish cask. This is 50.2 ABV. And you have to get this from, I guess I got this from Germany. So I had a friend I had a friend that gets me. He's not a friend anymore, I don't think, but we'll try this. But this is Fishkey. So you now, well, in a minute, you now will have bragging rights that you actually tried Fishkey, because there's not a lot of people that can say that. There's not a lot of people that want to say that either.
All right.
But you are in a select group now that can say, "Oh yeah, I had Fishkey." Take that for what it is. Wow. That's just as bad as I remember it. I had gotten that out of my head. I still have nightmares every once in a while on this one. It's the brininess that really gets you, isn't it? It's the brininess. So we talk about not salt not really actually being in whiskey, but you can taste, sometimes you taste saline because it's a different chemical that makes it taste like salt. This one may have salt in it. Yeah. This harkens back to Randall and I always said, like, well, they would always use whatever was at hand to barrel the whiskey, right? So they would use all types of barrels. They might have held nails. We don't even know.
Back in the
Like
day.
back in the day. But somebody said, you know, it would be a good idea. That salted herring over there. That barrel's empty. And the flies and the cats that were around, it wasn't a sure sign. Maybe you should just leave it alone.
Well, I'm going to tell you that this is probably an indicator of something not good is the size of the bottle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, we want you to buy this, but we don't want you to be holding on to any more of it then you need to.
Oh my God. That's like, oof, oof. That's an oof. Man. Okay. Where's that Malort? Hmm.
Has anyone tasted the lozenge?
All right. Oh my God, it just repeated on me. Hey, guess what? It doesn't taste better the second time. I'll let you know that. All right. So, okay. First of all, I had two samples of this. This was a whiskey that was done by Westland. It was called Inferno. It was an April Fool's Day thing. And we actually had the samples. This is before it actually came out. And I had basically two of these. Like we had like about half of it left because we had tried it. And the cool part is, or not so cool part, is it's developed a crust along the top. Both of them did. Randall, you can see on that one. You know when you have your hot sauce in your refrigerator and it creates a crust on the top? Well, this truly does have that. So this is Inferno. This is your glass is just fogged.
No.
This is 116.8 proof. This is 4 years old, 4 years old single malt American whiskey, aged in ex hot sauce casks. And we put this one last because we weren't sure that this tasted the worst, but we didn't feel like you may not taste anything after this. All right. Dude. Dude. All right. All right. So I just want to let you know because I had this when we hold on one second. I couldn't. I had this when if we first had it. I had this. Like a good hot sauce, it has matured in the bottle. Remember you were talking about Barnyard? All right.
How we
Did you
wish
try it?
those days of
Did you
mine.
try that?
Oh, of course I did.
Whoa.
Dioxin? I don't know.
Oof. Oh my God. Well, I don't know. This tastes worse than when we had it originally. Oh my God. All right.
We had something good for him.
So so I'm going to give this to Johnny right now. One of our club members, Nelson, said you can't torture these people all night, Ryan. And he gave us a George Stagg to top the night off. So Johnny, want to grab that?
Thank you very much.
Oh my God, it won't go away. Oh,
Right.
the heat on that has intensified. All right. I want to first of all, we'll get something out to you. We're going to drink a George Stagg. It's probably the only thing that will get this out of your mouth, taste out of your mouth, because that one's a high proof. I want to get to. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. We're going to shut the recording down because I got some worse whiskey for you guys to try once we don't tell anybody. I want to thank you for joining us to let me ask you a question before we go. Was one of these whiskeys the worst whiskey you've ever had? Yes. Does anybody say no? You had a worse whiskey. Oh, okay. I know what he's going to say. I know what he's going to say. Yes. The $3,000 a bottle whiskey that tastes like terrible. I couldn't get you guys tonight. There is a 42 and 44-year-old
Bentley.
whiskey that was a Thompson Brothers whiskey. That was the oldest bourbon we've ever had, and it was undrinkable. It went, you know how like you don't remember Spaceballs when they said it went plaid? It went, it was so bad it went the best thing way I can describe it, it went minty. Think about that. It went minty, and it if I poured Everclear on the church pew and sucked it, it would have tasted better. So that is the worst whiskey I've ever had. But I'm glad you guys have had the worst whiskey tonight that you've ever had. Now you don't have to do that again. And you got bragging rights. No, this Jim, stay afterwards. I have 3 more whiskeys for you to try. That didn't make that were too gross even to have all these other people have. All right, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Hold on, you guys. I'm just going to end this recording, and then we can go and try some other stuff.